Okay, so finishing up this video, I just wanted to point out that one area of concern that I had to try and sort of fix was that here at the top of the stovepipe, where it makes this 90-degree left, the single wall stovepipe was less than the required 18 inches from the ceiling up here. And so what I did was I took an extra piece of stovepipe, attached it on top of the chimney pipe, and have it hanging over the stovepipe. And it's really shielding my ceiling very well. I'm going to take a reading on my ceiling right now. You can see my ceiling is only 80 degrees. 86 in places. I've seen it get up to 100, but again, that's not even the beginning of concern at all. So that little shield is really protecting my ceiling there, as I do have one little isolated place that the single wall stovepipe is nearer to a combustible surface than what it really ought to be. For those of you who are RV people, you're probably looking at this and going, hold on a minute, that looks like a slide out. So this frame here is in fact a slide out, and of course it's out right now. And when it slides in, of course it will occupy the space where the stove is. So this was again one of the concessions that I just had to make. There was no way to install a stove permanently. All of this has to go away before I can move the RV. So the hearth is just sitting on the floor. That'll get moved and leaned up against a wall somewhere and fastened in really well. It might even go in the back of the pickup truck, I'm not sure. The stove is only 60 pounds. I'll have to make sure that everything is cooled. Probably, I think 4 or 5 hours after a fire will probably be enough. I'll have to check that and make sure that that's true. Fasten that into a corner somewhere. Again, the heat shield just folds up and will sit just about anywhere. Maybe I'll just lay it on the bed or something. And then all of the stovepipe comes down. Chimney pipe comes out of the wall. And where there's a hole in the side of the RV, that will be a beautiful skylight. So I need to work on the framing. It's going to be tinted plexiglass for the skylight there, with a little bit of woodwork trim around it. I think it's going to look really nice. When I had the hole in the wall, but I didn't have the stovepipe up yet, there was just a beautiful stream of light kind of filling this upper part of the RV where there's not a lot of natural light. If you'll notice, all the natural light comes in at like chest level from these windows and from the door and everything, but up here there's all this space up here that just doesn't get natural light, and that skylight will actually help fill that really well, and I think that's going to be great. I'll just have it so that it screws into place during the off season and for travel, and during the winter I'll have my stove in place. Now I'm estimating that all of this will add, I'm guessing less than an hour of work to each setup and tear down at each camp. I might be wrong. It could be up to 2 hours of work. But I'm not a weekend camper. I go places and I work for a month or two at a time. So for me that seems like a small price to pay for having warmth for a month or two. If you're someone who does weekends, this probably is not a good solution for you. It just might be more work than you want to do for a day or two. In which case just heat with propane or electricity if you're always at campgrounds or whatever. But I was again, that was just a concession that I was willing to make. Each place that I go, I'll have to reset all of this into its place and get it all squared away before I can have a fire. I think that pretty much covers it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If the comments on YouTube get out of hand, as they normally do, and people get really ugly about stuff really quickly, I'll disable comments, but for now I'll allow comments and encourage your questions. Again, this really isn't intended to be a how-to video. This is how I did it and why I think that my installation is safe. And feel free to leave your objections if they're posed in an intelligent and articulate manner and with respect. Last thing I'll say is this, if you look up any manufacturer specifications or any government information about wood-burning stoves, you're going to find the same statement everywhere. It is not recommended that they be installed in RVs or in mobile homes. And so I had to sort through that and figure out if that was really for safety reasons, or is that for liability reasons, or why. And the conclusion that I came to was that I think that, first of all, there are some safety concerns, and that it's more difficult to do it safely in a small space like this than it is to do it in a regular home. But I think it can be done safely. And the other thing is, and I hope you won't judge me too harshly for saying this, but I think the government and the people that manufacture these have conveniently sort of lumped those of us with alternate lifestyles into a convenient group of, you know, we're the rednecks who live in mobile homes and RVs and who do stupid things and burn our houses down. And I may not be, I may not serve as any proof to the contrary on that fact, but I think that they've sort of conveniently lumped us into that group and said, you know, we don't want to condone the use of something dangerous by these people, and that's fine, fair enough. I have chosen to take my own risks, and I'll let you guys be the judge of whether or not you think that that I've done a good job here or not. And that's it. Thank you for watching my video. Happy RVing, happy fall, and stay warm.